About 2 weeks ago, I have joined my first game jam, and I want to tell you my experience with it and recommend it to you. If you don't know what a game jam is, it is usually hosted on site itch.io. There's also many other game jams, and they give you some theme for the game that you should create in some period of time. Usually it is from few days to few weeks. I would suggest you to go for a game jam that is about 7 to 14 days long, and as I said, they give you some theme. And in this time you need to create a complete game, which can sound pretty challenging, but it has many benefits. The first benefit is that you need to stick to the current theme. Let's say that you are working on a game alone, outside of Game Jam. You might start it as a roguelike game. After a month of development, you might see that it is becoming kind of like a survival game. And after a year, you might want to create a MMO game. So this is a problem that will definitely not happen to you during a game jam, because in my case, they gave me theme freeze. So in 1 week, I had to create a game that is around the theme freeze. Another good thing about game jams is that usually it pushes you to think of some creative idea. So freeze, someone might create a game about freezing time, someone as me, game where you are ice mage, you are in hell, and you need to freeze all of the environment and that stuff. There is probably many other interpretations. You could create game about ice hockey and so on. So the first benefit is the theme, that you need to stick to it. The second benefit is that you can get creative with what you make. And the third benefit, I think it's kind of obvious, that you have to create the game in this certain period of time, which can be pretty beneficial, because I have been learning game development for 5, 6, 7 years, and in this whole time I wasn't even able to finish one project. So in Game Jam, you need to plan it correctly, and you know that you need to finish the project. Obviously, if you don't do it, nothing happens. You can try next time. So finishing the project will give you a more broader experience about game development, because usually when you are developing game outside of the jam, for most of the time you are focusing just on the game mechanics, and as I said, when you don't have a given theme, you might really go somewhere else, so then it takes a lot of time, but you never really get time to maybe add some graphics, music, polishing, and all of that stuff that a complete game needs to have. So when working on a game jam, it is good to plan it. So let's say if you are on a 7 days game jam, the first maybe 4 days can be just creating the core mechanics, the enemies, AI, all of that stuff. Then on the other 2 days, you can maybe be adding some graphics, music, and the last day can be just polishing. So in 7 days, you should have a complete game, which usually doesn't happen when you are creating your own outside of the jam. So the first benefit, you need to stick to a theme. Second one, you can get creative. And third one, it is pushing you to really make a complete game. So just hop to the page itch.io, where is many game jams. About the length, you shouldn't be taking a game jam that lasts more than a year. So I would suggest you something about 7 to 14 days. Depends on your experience and also how much time each day you can be working on the game. So let's say if you have just 1 hour every game and you are a beginner, you want to spend more than, let's say, 14 days on the game. Obviously, if you make something simple, you could make it in 7 days, but there's always some problems that arise when developing the game. So if you have just 1 hour each day, I would suggest you to going for maybe 14 days. If you have like 3 and more hours each day, you can definitely make it in 7 days. Another nice thing about the game jams is that through the duration of the game jam, you are usually pushing yourself to make as much progress as you can. So I have really surprised myself by the progress that I was able to make just in 7 days, and each day I was working on it about 3 to 4 hours. So I really made best progress on a game in my entire life just in 7 days. and it has also told me some new stuff about the broader game development, how to polish it, how to add some music. It was pretty much the first time that I was making almost all of these sprites by myself, which was pretty exciting to then see the result, which actually everything was looking as it should, and there were pretty much no placeholders, because when you are working on your game and you are just focusing on the core mechanics, pretty much everything is placeholder. So you have white square, which is like some weapon, you have some weird circle, which is your health. Pretty much everything is a placeholder, which when you are trying to make a complete game, you will also need to put a bit of focus to the whole design of the game, making maybe some graphics, music. For the game jams, you can obviously download music and pretty much any assets that you want to use from Asset Store, from OpenGameArt, where you will find many assets. So that's fine. If you are focusing just on coding, you can download everything else. Just make sure that you are not downloading like a whole game template. The game that I have been working on during this game jam was, I would say, one of my best games, even though I made it only in 7 days. So I would love to hear your feedback about it. I think the part of the idea that is a bit innovative is that you are in the hell and you can pretty much interact with the environment. I have made some custom heat maps so that when you freeze, let's say, some lava, it is generating some freezing aura around it. And yeah, it should be just a game around the heat. So somewhere it is cold, somewhere it is ice, and you can just do anything with the map you want. You can freeze some parts, then there might come some enemies which will again warm it up. And yeah, just let me know your ideas on it if I should continue working on this game. So what are you waiting for? Jump to the itch.io and join some jam so that you can create your first complete game. And even if you fail at the first time of creating the complete game, don't worry, you can also start next time or continue working on the project after the jam. That's actually how many of the popular games were made. That first it was a small idea for a jam, and then they just been developing it further, and it has become really interesting game. This is kind of a new format idea on this channel, so please let me know your thoughts on it, and also give me some feedback on my game if I should be working on it, and maybe create some devlogs. Also, if you have any tutorials that you would want me to make, let me know down in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and I will see you in next videos. Bye! Thanks for watching this video till the end. If you are looking for a Unity, C# or Bolt tutor, then I am here for you, so feel free to send me a message to my Gmail and take a look at my website for more info. I can help you with your personal projects or teach you anything about game development you would want to know. You are welcome.